There we go.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome.
Can't see your face.
Oh, no.
Oh no, where'd he go? Oh, there he is.
Welcome, everybody, to the Mario and Luigi painting this morning with the East Coast Art Party. Hope everybody is having a fantastic morning this morning, and welcome, and I hope you're enjoying your self-isolation today, and we are almost ready to start. I am excited. I hope you are excited. We have Mario here. He is the artiste. I'm more the go-to guy. I go left or right, everywhere. He is the artiste. I would like to tell you what you should have as far as your paint. You should have a blue paint, a yellow paint, a red paint. You should also have the black and the white paint. And, well, we need the tools. We've got the tools here. We got the big brush, we got the little brush, and we got the medium brush. Well, we got the glass of water, and we also have a couple of little plates for not only the pizza, but also for the mixing of the paint. If he's just about ready to go, we are going to have my brother, Demonio, to come on in. My name is Lenigi, and welcome, Demario.
I don't know how I could compete with that. So welcome, it's me, Mario. I'm breaking up. I can't keep composure.
Okay, we can do this.
All right, we got this.
That
was priceless. Everybody throw Len or Luigi. Yeah, some love. That was, oh my God. That was perfect.
Here we go.
All right, serious mode.
Yeah.
Let's start painting. So today we are going to need a pencil. We're going to need a pencil to do some little bits of drawing and whatnot. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make some skin tone. We're going to start that off. We're not going to put this on our painting just yet. We're going to make it. We're going to put a couple lines, then we'll start painting. Okay? So we're going to grab our large brush and our mixing plate. To make a skin tone, we first have to start by making some brown. To make brown, it's going to take 3 colors. It's going to take some yellow, it's going to take some red, and it's going to take some blue. Little bits at a time. We're going to start with yellow because that's our lightest color. And whenever we're mixing colors, we always want to start with the lightest one first and add the other ones to it. As I'm talking, I'm watching my mustache kind of like shift and move. This is wonderful.
The real mustache.
I love it. So we're going to start with a little bit of yellow. We don't need too much of this brown because we're going to be adding a bunch of white to it after. So we're going to start with a little bit of yellow and a little bit of red. And then we're going to add very small amounts of blue into it. I'm going to slap up my little cheat sheet here. So yellow, red, and little bits of blue till we get brown. Now the little cheat sheet here is for once you're stirring this together, if your paint is looking too purple, you need to add some yellow. If your paint is looking too green, you need to add some red. And finally, if it's looking too orange, you need to add some blue. And that's how we get brown. We don't need too much of this, just a little bit. Because once we have brown, we need to add a bunch of white to it. Take your time making brown. We can adjust these colors when we're adding the white. Just a little skin tone. We just start off with brown, that's our base, and then we're just changing it from there. So again, reference that cheat sheet. If it's looking too purple, add yellow. Too green, add red. And too orange, add blue. Making brown is a little bit of trial and error. Everybody's got different pigments, different shades, so it's varying amounts of those three colors. Always do a little test somewhere. Yeah, I got some brown. So we'll give you guys a minute to make your brown and then lighten it. We need this fairly light. It's a skin tone color. So to do that, I just wipe my brush off on the side of my plate. I'm not going to stir white into this big pile of brown because that would take a lot of white. Instead, I've got some brown on my brush. May seem like a little bit, but it goes a long way. We're going to dip that in our white, and we're going to start just stirring. See how that lightens up? Gives us a nice little skin tone. We can tweak this color. If you want it a little bit more peachy, you just add a touch of red. Maybe Mario and Luigi are quarantined on a beach somewhere and they've got a good tan. Let me make it a little darker.
Yeah, they'd be out of work. There's no plumbing on a beach.
Oh my goodness. I hope you guys are having a good Saturday morning, because I know we are. So we're just making a light skin tone color. To do that, again, we started off with brown, and we added a bunch of white to it. And they're all going to be a little bit different. Also, another thing with this, we do leave the videos up, so you can always come back to it. But even during the live stream, so if you're watching right this second while we're painting, you can pause and you can rewind the live stream. And then we take drying breaks in between, so you can always get caught up. There's no rush at all. No rush at all. Test. Yeah, that's an alright skin tone. So we started out by making some brown with yellow, red, tiny bits of blue. We referenced our little cheat sheet here for what we needed to add to tweak that color. We wiped our brush off really well on the side of our plate. Picked up a scoop of white, started stirring, and we got our skin tone. So then, before we start painting, just going to put that plate down. We have to put a few little pencil lines on these canvases. So I'm going to be doing both of them. We have Mario and Luigi. So this line in the center is just the divide between my two canvases, just so you guys know. We're going to put a little light pencil line for where our hat's going to be. See, Mario, his hat's a little bit higher. Luigi starts a little bit lower, goes up and down. And whenever you're doing pencil lines, do light little pencil lines. You don't need to press very hard. We'll be putting paint over. You just need to lightly see them. Another little tip is, whenever you're drawing, don't just put your pencil on and try and do that in just one fluid motion. I always do short little pencil lines, nice and light. Then you can curve it a little bit. I'm just going to draw mine on, and then I'll put this guy back down. Light little pencil lines. where our hat's going to be and where our face is going to be. I'll give you guys a second to put those on. Shouldn't take too long. And then we'll go from there. While we're waiting, we'll have a sip from our lovely country-style coffee. Always fresh. No free ads.
For no free ads, you're giving them a lot of ads.
Just try to get us an endorsement deal, man.
That is my brother, always thinking about the bigger picture.
Money, yes. Alright, so we've got our light little pencil lines on there. You can clean out that brush that we made the skin tone with. We're going to paint their hats first with a thin coat. Then we're going to paint their faces, again with a thin coat. By the time we finish that, our hat should be dry enough to do a quick, thin second coat. Then we're going to take a break to let all that dry, because we need that to be dry before we do any more drying on it. So Maya hat, is red. Make sure you carry that paint over the edges of your canvas. Just a quick thin coat. You want that to dry fairly quickly. Now I'm going to do my brother's hat.
Make it a lot better than yours.
Shoot. We got to make some green for his hat. To make green, it's yellow and blue, which means we start with yellow because it's lighter than blue. We're going to start with some yellow over on our mixing plate. And then we're going to add some blue to it until we get a nice green. So there's one more thing we're going to do to that green. After we get a nice green, we're going to add a touch of white. We got some yellow. Let's start adding little bits of blue at a time till we get a nice shade of green.
Now the look is not like the same color as my hat.
It's so close.
Not too bad, brother, not too bad.
I'm trying to keep it together. It's not working. So once we have a green that we like, we're going to add a little touch of white into it. Just a little bit, just to help it spread and cover a bit better. And we paint in his hat. Again, thin coat. We'll be hitting this with a thin second coat later on. So really spread that paint out. If you or your kids like to go a little heavy on the paint, I suggest just having a blow dryer on standby. That can help speed up the process. Or feel free to take some breaks. There's no rush to any of these paintings. Take your time, go at your pace.
I got a good question for you. It's a question for all of the people at home. I have a trivia question for you. I would like to know, when did my brother and I become video game experts? When did the original Super Mario Brothers come out? What year? What year? It was a long time ago. We age very, very well. What year? Answer in the comments.
Alright, so after you finish painting in your hats, with that light skin tone color we made, we gotta paint in the faces.
Remember, friends, no using of the Google. No using the Google for the answering of the questions.
Just a thin coat of that skin color as well. Just like I said, we're going to do just a quick thin coat on our hats again, and then we're going to take a drying break. There we go. So when you're done with those colors, again, take your time. But when you're done painting the faces in with that skin tone and a quick little second coat on our hats, we're going to let them dry. So we'll take a little break. Did we get some good comments? Did we get the answer?
We just about got the right answer from a number of people. Everybody's got the right decade, but I don't know if they got the right year just yet. A couple of people, not too many. So I'm going to ask you another question for you, and this is again from the original time that me and my brother Luigi, we were merely rookie plumbers at the time. We weren't video game stars. But in the original Super Mario Brothers, what is the quickest time to complete, from start to finish? The quickest time, do not Google, even in minutes. It is just shy of how many minutes to complete the game. The world record, the best player of all time, beat my record by a few seconds. What is the record? Remember, folks, you can always pause the video, and then you can resume the video at any time. If you want to replay my gorgeous face and play it again and again and again, you can. Just like right now, I just paused it for a second. Okay, so we're just about ready. We're going to let this dry for a second. I'm going to go make a little bit of pizza, and we'll be right back.
It was just glitching out for a second.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to give you the answers to the trivia questions. Thank you so much for playing and writing in the comments all of your great answers. You all deserve big big clap. Big clap. I can't, where the translation is not coming to me. So, to answer the first trivia question, what year did me and my brother start off in the video game world? It was 1985. Oh, that was so long ago. But 1985 was the original Super Mario's in September 13th, 1985. I remember it very well. Signed a good contract. And then the other question is, how quickly is the world record for completing that game? Very fast, very fast. Beats me by a minute or two. I'd say a minute or two. 4 minutes, 55 seconds, 0.9 or something like that is the fastest ever to complete from start to finish the Super Mario Brothers game. Now I'm going to get my brother DeMario back in here to finish up, to continue on our painting. Good luck to you.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so we're back. I can't do the voice as well as Len. He is crushing it today. It's hard to keep my composure with this. So we've got our painting of ourselves done. Now we got to put on some more pencil lines. Okay, so that should be dry. So a little check here. Yeah, we're okay. It should be dry, and we're going to put on some more pencil lines. And I outlined them here on a piece of cardboard for you to take a look at. I'm going to leave it up for a couple of minutes because there is a fair amount of pencil lines. But it's basic shapes, right? Basic shapes. I'm going to take mine and go draw mine on. So here's our basic shapes. Now it may look like a lot, but this line right here is what divides our face from our hat. So let's look at just the hat right now. Just the hat. This bottom line right here is the bottom of our hat. We're going to lightly put in another little line above that. That's on both of them. So one step at a time. Don't get overwhelmed by looking at it all. Just one little piece at a time. We're going to lightly put in a pencil line just above that. Once we have that pencil line in, up top here, if this were bigger, it would be a full circle. But see how it's just a couple little curved lines. That's where we're going to put our logos. One piece at a time. And this is going to stay up here for a little bit. Okay? After we do those on our hat, we go down to our faces. First thing we want to do on the faces is a nice big oval nose. Nice big oval for the nose. It's right dab in the middle of our face. Nice big oval. And then we just work off of that. Luigi's eyes, they're a little bit longer, so it's more like an oval shape going up. Mario's eyes, my eyes, a little bit more round. And then we got to put in those beautiful little mustaches. So I'm going to leave that up for a couple minutes here while I go sketch mine. And then we'll come back. So again, light little pencil lines. One little piece at a time. Don't try and do it all too quick. For the hat, we're starting with a little line. And our little hidden circle. For the faces, we start with the oval nose. And build off of that. I'm going to leave that right there for you.
while we wait for the Mario to continue his artistry, I would like to take a second to wish my little Goomba, Jordan, a very happy 10th birthday. Enjoy your party today, and I hope you are enjoying your painting with my brother, the Mario. My next question, and maybe Jordan, you can answer this one quick. Write it in the comments. In what video game did my brother Mario first appear? It was not the Super Mario Brothers. I'll give you that as a hint. Good luck.
So, how do we all do on those pencil lines? I think we got them all in. Again, if you didn't, you can pause it, you can rewind it. You can get caught up there. So we have our pencil lines in. We're going to start with our medium brush. And we're going to start with just white. We're going to start painting in some of the white parts. So at the top where our logo is going to be, we're going to paint that in with white. And remember, thin coats. We can always come back and do a second coat. But thin coats. There's one thin coat. Thin coats. We'll come back and do a second coat. And then we're also going to paint in the eyes with a thin coat of white.
Mamma mia, it seems like everybody got the right answer for the where was Super Mario before his first video game. So I'm going to ask another question. Seems everybody knows everything about my brother. I would like to know if you know what was Mario's job before he was a plumber. He did do something before he was a plumber. What did he do?
But I don't know the answer to the first question.
Oh, the Mario. Maybe this was the before your time. So the answer to the trivia question, as everybody seemed to have guessed except my brother the Mario, the first time we ever saw Mario in the video game was a Donkey Kong with the big monkey. With the big monkey, we had to beat the big monkey. Mario was in that one.
Okay. So, I forgot about the donkey. The big monkey.
It's not a donkey, it's a big monkey.
Big monkey.
It's a big monkey.
Yes, the big monkey. I'm breaking character, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We did a thin coat of white. We fan that dry. If it's thin, it won't take very long. Just gonna do a quick little second coat. It's not quite dry, so I'm gonna fan that for a minute. There we go. So we got a thin second coat of white on our little hat logo and our eyes. Got a little bit of paint on it. Once we have that, we're going to let them dry, so we're going to move on to working some black. We're going to start off with our little tiny brush. And whenever you're using black and doing any sort of little lines or outlining, always hold your paintbrush close to the tip, right to those bristles. You pick up a little tiny bit of black at a time. And the lighter you press against the canvas, the skinnier your line will be. So go lightly and slowly. You can also dip your little brush in a little tiny bit of water just to wet the bristles, and that'll help it flow a bit better. So on each hat, we're going to add two lines. We're going to start off at the hats, at the top. Right where our hat meets our face, we're going to put a little thin black line. And then where we drew our line on the hat, we're going to put another thin little black line. Now take your time, go slow. I always take my time when we're doing the black lines. There is no rush on that. We're trying to get a bit of a longer brush stroke. Nice and slow. Rather than really short brush strokes, we're trying to get a little bit of a longer one, but slowly. Very slowly. Take your time. There's no rush. I tell you what, since I've got 2 of these to do, with these little lines, if you are already finished those little lines, if you beat me, guess what you gotta do? Go do 15 jumping jacks. Go do 15 jumping jacks and then I should be done by then. After that, we're going to move down to our mustaches. So we're going to outline our pencil lines where we put those mustaches. Then we're going to paint them in. Just going to outline the nose. We're not going to fill in the nose, just outline it.
Okay, while my brother is finishing up on the mustaches, doing a fantastic job, I would like to give you the answer to what my other brother Mario did before he was a plumber. If there was life before being a plumber, my brother, he tried his hand at being a carpenter. So if everybody that gets a carpenter, congratulations, you're a very wise person. My next trivia question. Me and my brother, we made the movie. We did everything. We were on the t-shirts, we were on the video games, and we made the movie. What year did we make the movie? Super Mario Brothers. I'm sure you all have seen it. It won many of Oscars. It was a fantastic film. What year did that come out? No using of the Google.
Alright, so we put in our black lines on the top of the hats. We outlined our nose and mustache. We painted in that mustache. Now we need our eyes to be dry. So I believe those are. We're going to do a little bit more on the eyes. With Mario's eyes, my eyes, they're a lovely shade of blue. So we can make this color with our medium brush. Again, when you're making colors, what do? We start with our lightest color first. So I'm going to start with a little scoop of white. And then we're going to add a little bit of blue into it. We don't need too much of this. You can use your little brush to put these in. You have a little bit more control over that. It's just on the right hand side of this eye, adding that lovely little shade of blue. And then on the left hand side of the other eye. After we do these, it's always good to stand back a little bit and see if they're the same shape. Close. I just smudged some black on my nose. Well, these things happen. I'm just fixing my little mistake right now. Don't worry. Not missing a step. For Luigi.
Yes?
What color are your eyes?
You were about to do a good job of my eyes.
I will try. I will try. We're going to take some of that green that we made for Luigi's hat. We're going to add some more white into it. So we get a lighter green. Lovely shade of light green. After those eyes, we're going to go back to our little brush and some black. We got a few more details to put in while they're drying. Down underneath the mustaches. We'll do Luigi first. We got to put a little smirk, a little smile. And then a little chin. Same with Mario. They've also got some nice big eyebrows, which go above their hats. Start off with just a couple little lines. We do these nice big arches.
For everybody that is answering the question, everybody's doing a great job guessing the year that the movie came out that where me and my brother starred and won many Oscars and critical acclaim in Italy and everywhere else. The year was 1993. 1993. Congratulations to all the right answers. My next question. Simple question, true or false? In the original Super Mario Brothers, can you jump over the flagpole? The end of the level, can you jump over the flagpole?
So we got some nice big eyebrows. We can move back to our eyes with our little brush and a little bit black. And same way we put in the blue and the green, we're going to do that with some black. These are just going to be a little bit smaller. So then we can see the white, and then we can see the green, and then we'll see the black.
Getting lots of great comments and answers for my question. Can you jump over the flagpole in the Super Mario Brothers? Correct answer is yes. You can do this by exploiting a glitch in the world 1-1. You end up running through a looped background until you run out of time and die. So don't try that, but you can do it. My next and final trivia question for today. I would like to know in Super Mario Bros. 2, which character jumps the highest? Could it be a Bowser? Could it be a Luigi? Could it be a Mario? Could it be the princess? Could it be the Toad?
So after we had black in the eyes, we're going to jump back up to the top of our hats. Because what do we have to do with that? We have to put our M and our L. So the M, for me, is done in just red. You can use a little tiny brush if you like. Nice and slow. Put in a nice big M. I always start with skinnier lines first. So there's our skinny lines for our M. Then we can thicken them up and make them wider. Nice big M. For Luigi, do the same thing with the darker green. If you need more of it, we can make a little bit more. I'm going to. With a little yellow, some blue, and then a tiny touch of white. And again, we're going to start off with a skinny little line for our L. And then we make it wider. There is something else that we have to do. The eyes always need a little glint, like a little reflection. It's usually a little white dot. So I'm going to take my largest brush, and I'm actually going to use the back side of it. So the back side of my largest brush. I'm going to dip it in white paint. We're going to put a little dot. Then dip it in white paint. Put another little dot. is white paint and dots. That's how you get that little reflection in the eyes. And again, take your time. This video's left up, so don't worry. We're not quite done yet. But definitely post your pictures afterwards. But there's always one more step that we have to do, which is...
Got to sign it with your name.
There
with
we
your
go.
moniker. Yes.
I think that's it for me.
Okay, dokie. Get out of the camera when your brother's coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you very, very much for joining us today on our very special Super Mario Brothers painting. Looking at these paintings, I think my brother made me a little bit chubbier than him. I think that's a little bit unfair. I'll give you a little, give you the answer to the trivia question. The highest jumper in Super Mario Brothers 2, no other than Luigi. Hope you got that right. Thank you very much for joining us. We still have lots of supplies here if you need more for our next painting exercise, including a very important one tomorrow morning. So please pay attention, and then we'll see you tomorrow morning. Enjoy the rest of the day. It's nice and sunny out, and maybe pizza tonight. Honey, I'm coming home.